Castlevania 2 Simon's Quest is either loved or hated amongst the Castlevania fanbase, but this remake fixes the issues that we have with the Nintendo Entertainment System original and makes Castlevania 2 an absolute gem. And this is absolutely the best way to play it now. We are going to be discussing how you can start playing this Castlevania 2 remake for free and the changes that has been made in this fan remake to improve this classic Castlevania adventure and so much more. So please stick with me until the end and hit that like button like it owes you money. And please subscribe for more. So this Castlevania 2 Simon's Quest remake is fully complete and available now with the link I have in the description. And it has made this NES classic look like the gorgeous 32-bit Symphony of the Night. The Sega Saturn was the best version, by the way. The greatest Castlevania, in my opinion, to ever exist. And it just really has those same feels. The sprites seem to be taken from various Castlevania games, but it's done so well that it feels fresh, new, and honestly, just perfect. The game does support a controller. My 8BitDo Pro, for example, was plug and play. No setup was necessary for me, and it can be played with a keyboard as well. This Castlevania 2 remake also has better speech balloons from the NPCs. One big complaint on the original was just how confusing it was, and much of that was due to translation errors from my understanding. NPCs would just kind of straight up lie to you, and they'd say really wonky things. You had sometimes no idea what they were even talking about. Everything is much more clear now, and it feels so much better because of it. Honestly, just this alone makes this Castlevania remake worth playing. You'll be shocked how much more sense it all makes now. Although I can't play it for fear of getting copyright slapped across the face, the music is also a remixed soundtrack. This sounds awesome. The sound effects are exactly what any Castlevania fan would expect and want, and it still retains the RPG elements that Castlevania 2 first introduced. But with some great changes, such as in the remake, you don't pay for things with hearts, but instead have actual money to spend, and you can also rotate through your inventory with the shoulder buttons, making combat a little bit better. The difficulty you would expect from a Castlevania is all here though, the exploration and the map to help you explore. Castlevania 2 was the one that first felt like you were really out there exploring, and it wasn't stage or level based anymore. I am so happy this developer took the time to painstakingly recreate Castlevania 2 Simon's Quest for this gorgeous remake, and it is absolutely worth your time. If you love Castlevania, you absolutely owe it to yourself, whether you played Castlevania 2 in the past or not, whether you liked Castlevania 2 Simon's Quest in the past or not, because this gorgeous remake is absolutely worth your time, and I bet you'll even catch yourself open-mouthed in awe at the work that was done here. You totally owe it to yourself to give this remake a go, and it is completely free, so you got nothing to lose. The link for it is in the description. Now keep in mind, of course, this is not my link, and I am not responsible for it. I'm just here to tell you about it and to make sure you don't miss out on an incredible old-school Castlevania experience that has been made to feel very modern, but still classic and nostalgic. I know there are a lot of Metroidvanias out there in the world, but I've never been as enthralled with any of them so far as much as I am with the actual real Castlevania games, especially Symphony of the Night on the Sega Saturn, which has been translated to English by fans, by the way. And since the chance for Konami making a actual new Castlevania feels either so extremely far away, if not just downright impossible, I am so happy that the community is doing projects such as these. This really is like playing a brand new Castlevania, with all the improvements, with the added benefit of nostalgia as well. Like I said before, just the fixes to the translation and what the people say in town just makes it better right off the get-go. And I would be shocked if any Castlevania fan doesn't walk away from this feeling really excited and awesome about it. And it's a very easy install as well. It's a small download. You get it, wham bam, thank you ma'am, you click it, and you're in. Nothing confusing. It's not a hack to the original or anything like that. You just get this one file and you're good to go. Add on top of that, they have added some cutscenes in here. That soundtrack is really good. And of course, with the new graphics, it's very crisp. It looks great and it plays really good and smooth as well. I really can't say or sing praises high enough for this person who made this game. Castlevania 2 was very special to me. I remember sitting in the floor in front of a glowing old school CRT TV back as a child when this was a brand new game. Just getting sequels back then was already a big deal, and this felt like such an epic improvement back then to the old original Castlevania, which I loved as well. But I remember sitting in the floor of my cousin's house. He had the game, and we would just play it way up into the night. His mom would tell us to go to bed. We would stuff the shirts and things up against the bottom of the door so she couldn't see the glow of the TV in his room, and we would just stay up all night taking turns trying to get through this game, trying to figure out its puzzles and challenges, trying to make out what the NPC hints were. And you know, we were kind of used to bad translations back then, even though I don't even think I actually understood it was a translation. I just knew that video games were kind of weird in the way sometimes they worded things. That's just the way it was on the Nintendo back then. And it was very cryptic, and in a way, I kind of liked it back then because it felt like that's how video games were. And I remember us just trying to figure out and get a little further. Not only is the game difficult in terms of, especially back then with a bad translation, trying to figure out what you're supposed to do next, but also the general platforming and fighting and mechanics were very difficult at the time. I do feel like with the remake, it is much easier just because you're getting a really good frame rate and the ease of control of things like being able to go through your inventory fast. Anyway, we have a lot more to talk about, but let's take a moment to hear from our sponsors, the members of Napalm, and then we'll be back for more. And please hit that like button. Real quick, I want to give a shout out to the members of Napalm. They have strapped on their armor and are casting the spells of awesome by supporting this channel and keeping me full-time every month. Thank you so very much. And I think you are interested in becoming a member. You can do so by clicking join down below this video and pick a level that is right for you. And I would like to give a very special thank you to the Lords of Napalm, Bounty Code, Jared Woodhouse, Daimlos, Farthest Reach, Sparrow, Christopher Hensel, Random Rob, Zelik Lid, Rotten Yo Mom, Vander, Gallerang Moonsong, What's the Takeaway, Trips, Daniel Cordley, Richard Glass, and Remy D. Thank you for your highest tier membership. The Castlevania games are true classics and very special to me, and I hope they are to you as well. And this Castlevania 2 Simon's Quest Remake is an incredible piece of art, just as high quality as one would expect from the old Konami. And I love that fans like this have taken it into their own hands to create this quality remake. Go check it out, link in the description down below. Enjoy it, and let me know what you think of this. Do you like what you see? Are you a fan of Castlevania? Tell me some stories about playing Castlevania when you were a kid, and which one is your all-time favorite. And don't forget to click that like button. It really helps a lot, and please subscribe for more. Until next time, my friends, God bless and happy Dracula slaying.